I am sore. I just got out of the Oh wait, I'm starting a new game. I just got out of the shower to warm up, and I am dead. Okay. How are you doing, man? It's been a long time. Okay, I've been thinking about this because I beat it on normal. And so I was thinking, should I bump this to very easy to just push through the game without the grind? I'm gonna do normal. Oh, awesome. Are you playing Last Remnant? I forget. You're playing it on computer, right? Yeah. Okay. I've already read this. Once upon a time, lost within the tides of history, there existed a land of great legend. Oh, congrats on not getting killed. I forgot about that. Did you see him? Oh, Lord. Or hear him? It was called Ys. It was a paradise, granted unimaginable glory and prosperity under the auspices of its twin goddesses and its 6 great priests. I should just play the intro that I did before. Hey, Misa, how's it going? It is not. Just this intro is French. Even in the Japanese audio, the intro is French. I've already read this on the first playthrough, so I'm not worrying too much. If you want to hear me narrate it, you can watch it on my first YouTube VOD of it. Yeah, I think that there's some connection to France in this mythological world, so they just voice this intro in French in every version of the game. How are you doing, Misa? Nice to see you again. Oh, did you notice that you were gifted a sub yesterday? You can now do my beautiful emote.
Beaucoup de monstres démoniques sont apparus et ont commencé à envahir Ys. Les forces diaboliques ont tout fait de ravager.
Oh, I didn't realize you were in the UK. Well, are you just waking up, or are you do you have yet to go to bed?
On aurait dit la fin du monde. C'est alors la perle noire qui sauva Ys.
Ah. Do you have work or anything tomorrow, or are you off?
Mais aussitôt après ces soulagements fugitifs, les démons ont construit une autre tour.
So, I haven't been reading, but to summarize what's going on, there was a black pearl and Claria, which created magic, and the goddesses made it, I guess. And with the magic, the humans prospered in this kingdom called Ys. But what they didn't know is that this magic also brought demons. The demons started attacking the kingdom. The goddesses used this magic to make Ys levitate up to the sky to avoid the demons. The demons built a giant tower that goes all the way to the sky to attempt to reach Ys. And so there's this 6 priests of 6 families that watch over the goddesses. And yeah, that's basically what's happening right now. A search party is going down because the goddesses have disappeared. We've already played through the story on the first character. We're now playing the second character to see it from another point of view. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you get enough sleep today/tonight. In this game, there's 3 total that you can play as, 3 stories. You start off with 2 accessible, and then you get a secret 3rd character after you beat it with one of them. The 3rd character is the most different. We're doing the 2nd right now, and then we'll do the 3rd in a couple days. Or a few days, I guess. So the first character we beat the game as was the Knight. This character is going to be the Sorcerer. And the 3rd character is going to be, like, a character who is a bad guy in the route. But I think we're going to see that he's not actually bad. Yeah, it does. That's the kingdom raising to the sky. And the demons are getting left behind. That's the demon tower. The Dharm tower. Yeah, I do too. The Tales games do this a lot. Oh, maybe. There's like 9 of them currently. I mean, there's way more than 9, but a lot of them have been remade. But yeah, there's 9 that we're going to play through on stream. This is the 3rd one we're playing through. Although this one's a prequel. A lot of these games, animes do exist from, though. Like, there's a Tales of Vesperia prequel movie. There's a Tales of Abyss anime. I just bought a game, a Metroidvania, called Record of Lotus War or something, and that was an old anime. Oh, this game's pretty sweet. It's a lot different than the first 2. Hugo, you should go to the surface as well. You are to determine the whereabouts of the goddesses and bring them back safely to Solomon Shrine. With the eyes of fact by your side, this should not be a difficult task. But there is something else you must do as well. And it will not be quite so easy. There's a couple interesting things about the characters that we've played so far. Each of the 2 main characters we've played so far are descendants. I'll tell you in a second. I'll tell you once we get in. Actually, I'll tell you right now. Why not? East 1 and 2. East 1 takes place. Okay, East 1 through 9 all star the same character, a character named Adol Kristen. This game is a prequel that takes place hundreds of years before. And it stars 3 different characters. So this is long before the main character of this series has been born. In East 1 and 2, East 1, you basically wash ashore on this continent, which is where Dharm Tower is. In East 2, you're up on the island of East. This game is a prequel, and it takes place... yeah, you pronounce it like... people pronounce it either East or Ease. It's actually like, in Japanese, it's like I-I-S-U, like Isu, or something like that, Is. Something like that. Anyways, so only East 1, 2, and this one take place here. The other games, like 3 through 9, take place in different areas of the world. Like, East 3 is Salsetta, East 4 is Felgana, East 6 is Naphatism, or something like that. So the interesting thing, though, is that there's the 6 priests. One of the priests is Tova, and we play a character named Unica Tova. So her descendant in East 1 actually becomes the mentor for the main character. This character is named Hugo Fact. The main villain of East 1 is a descendant of this guy. So that's interesting. I've not played all the games. I'm playing them in order because I love the company that makes these. So I've only played 1 and 2, and I've only ever played them on stream. I mean, I've played East 1 off stream before. I played East 1 and 2, and then I've done 1 character playthrough of this. So pretty much all my playthroughs so far are on my YouTube VOD channel. I've only played them here, but I'm planning to work through all of the games on stream. Okay. Looks like I made it to the surface, and I'm still alive. But what just happened? Did the transport spell fail? No, it had to be something more than that. An impact like that was not the result of a mere accident. Is that... Rodatree, the younger brother. The first character talked to the older Rodatree. Indeed, it's a Rodatree, a tree with a soul born of the goddesses. I suppose that explains why this is the only place around that's not thick with poison gases. Still, it's a miracle this tree has managed not only survive, but to thrive all this time amid such desolation. Young man. That voice. Rhoda, is that you? Indeed. I am one of the twin Rhoda trees given life by the goddesses. You are from East, are you not? Yes, that's right. My name is Hugo. Hugo Fact. Oh, a descendant of House Fact. That explains the power I sense from you. It has been many years since I last spoke with one of your line. Perhaps around 50 or so. I don't mean to be rude, but I really don't have time for idle chatter right now. I'm here in search of Lady Rhea and Lady Fina. Have you seen either of them? Rhea and Fina are the goddesses. They vanished without a trace from Solomon's Shrine a few days ago, and no one's heard from them since. The goddesses. Yes, I did catch sight of them. About 3 days ago. So it's true then. They came down to the surface. Do you know where they went? And if they're all right? I cannot answer the latter question, I'm afraid. But I do still sense their presence, albeit faintly. There can be no doubt they are inside that foul tower. I was afraid you might say that. The tower is said to be a veritable nest of demons. What the hell would those two want in a place like that? You are going after them, then. I sense that your companions are not far from here. Perhaps you should regroup first. Nah, I must go now. There's not a moment to lose. If the others come here, please let them know that I've gone to the tower. Tell them that's where the goddesses can be found. My, such an impatient lad. But then, he is of the fact line. I just hope my worries are for naught. What's that? Curses, we're surrounded. Dino, Eolia, can you handle the beasts on your side? I think so. Hey, Seba, how's it going? How are you doing tonight? We'll be fine as long as we can erect a stable barrier. All right, you two do your best to fend them off until I can jump in. I'll handle the demons over here as quickly as I can. So we beat this game with our first character earlier today. Right now, we're trying it with the second character. So we've just started the game on the second character. What? Hugo Fact, is that you? Glad to see you in one piece, father. I'll take care of these beasts. You go help the others. Much obliged. All right, you two. Let's take these things down. Yes, father. Understood. I'm doing excellent. Thanks for asking. Just got back from a long walk. I'm sore as hell, and I thought this is how I'd chill out. My friend in chat, out of your reach. He's the guy who I went on the walk with, and soon he'll probably be streaming himself. Maybe under a different name, who knows? How dare you filthy beasts tread upon our land? If power is what you seek, then allow me to introduce you to the eyes of fact. Okay, well. So this character is going to be quite different. The last character was a knight, so this character is a sorcerer. Yeah, that would be great. I hope so. I want to play games with you. Is that all you got? Yeah, there is a big interconnected web. There's a bunch of small streamers that are all like in a web. Is that all you got? Hey, Seba, were you from Savco's stream? Did you come here in the raid yesterday? Is that all you got? I've heard there were imposing creatures amongst the invading demons. It seems these were not they. Much appreciated, Hugo. Yeah, I know Sav IRL. We're both musicians in the scene around here. We know each other from outside of Twitch. Father Shion, and you two are... I'm Eolia, an acolyte of Solomon Shrine. Thank you for your help. I too serve as an acolyte. The name's Dino. You're a Hugo fact, it would seem. I've heard a lot about you. They say you're a magic prodigy. And from what I've seen here, I'm quite convinced they're right. Nah, I'm still but a novice. At any rate, may I ask why you three are here? And where are the other members of the search party? I wish I knew. All I can say for certain is that the transported spell which carried us here was interrupted. Interrupted? By the demons, you believe? Most likely, yes. Eolia and I were the ones controlling it. Then suddenly, out of the blue, the magical barrier which held us was struck by some massive force. Yeah, and same with Out of Your Reach. We're all live within like 40 minutes of each other. Weech and I live like a 15-minute walk from each other. It caused such disruption, we could no longer hold the spell together. That's why we say sorry like that. I see. Oh, so you're Canadian too, right? I see you said fellow. So you must be familiar with the pronunciation, the correct pronunciation. And the attack came from this tower, I assume? It did. And that's why we're here, to get to the bottom of this. But what of you? What brings you to this accursed place? Ah, yes, well, you see. Hugo detailed what the Rhoda tree had told him. What? The goddesses? Here? What could have compelled them to come to such a dangerous place? So that's the size of things, is it? That makes matters more urgent. We must get in contact with the others as soon as possible. Can I leave that up to you, Dino? Yes, Father. I'll begin a search of the perimeter, starting with the Rhoda trees. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm in the GT. I'm in Hamilton. Oh, unfortunately. Oh gosh. Yeah, I generally work in Hamilton and Toronto, like in that area. And what will you do? Given the welcome we received, I think it'd be prudent to wait until the whole party's been gathered, and then move out as a group. Nah, I believe it would be best if I were to go on ahead and survey the area alone. If the rabble we just fought was the worst this tower has in store, I don't anticipate any difficulty. As you wish, but please do take this with you at least. Received crystal. An item of magic? Allow me to demonstrate its power. Was this built by the demons? We had initially thought that to be the case, but it would seem not. Watch closely. Xion took out a crystal identical to the one he gave Hugo. So the first two characters, the crystal's power purified the demon statue. The first two characters are going to have somewhat similar storylines because their goals are kind of the same. But they're going to be from different perspectives and have different, like, emotional cores and different conflicts. The third character is going to be very different because the third character is actually our enemy in this game. So, yeah, this will have a lot of overlap with the first playthrough, and then the third one will be completely different. It's a goddess statue? I suspect that all goddess statues left behind on the surface were brought here, then cursed in a similar fashion. Why this was done can only one can only speculate, but there are likely others to be found in here. You should be able to use that crystal to purify them, just as I've done with this one. I see. That could prove beneficial indeed, given the power of these statues. But that isn't the only magic these crystals hold, it would seem. Indeed not. It can also be used to transport you instantly to the foot of any goddess statue, at least any that's been purified in this manner. I pray that it will be useful in your reconnaissance. Understood. I'll be sure to make good use of it. Take this as well, Hugo. Received a Lila shell. And this would be for long-range communication, no? Yes. It will allow you to contact us no matter where you are. I intended to give one to each member of the search party upon arrival, but obviously those plans were disrupted. Indeed, a very useful tool to have, though. I will keep it safe. If that's all, I'm gonna head up to the tower proper. Oh, really? I'm not that familiar. Like, I enjoy metal, but I'm not really familiar with it. I do some, like, metal jazz, but that's a whole other bag of worms. We'll be fine. We'll be waiting here for the others. Come back if you find anything. And remember, the demons built this tower, so there's no way of knowing what awaits us here. Please exercise caution. Yeah, let's talk to these peeps. Let's talk. I'll be offering my assistance in locating everyone from here. If you get stuck at any point, please don't hesitate to get in touch. I'll do my best to help you figure out where... Okay, we've already done all this dialogue with the first character, so I'm going to skip it. Since the demons built this tower, there's no way of knowing what awaits us here. If you ever feel you're in danger, do not hesitate to use the crystal and return to us. It could easily save your life. There's a band. I can't do the link, but there's a trailer on YouTube. Actually, I probably can find it really easily. One second. Let me just find this real fast. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Boom. I'll copy that. Paste that. Oops. Paste that. Like, here's a trailer for one of the, like... This is not me. This is not me at all. This isn't a really... But yeah, that's an example of kind of, like, jazz that clearly has an inspiration there. Okay. It's a bit of a bait and switch trailer. Wow, this character is totally different. This character plays so different, it's crazy. That's funny. This character is like a shooter. I wish I had an auto button. Level up. I've got to say, I think it's neat doing a difference, but I think the melee character was more fun. I think this character's gonna make my thumb sore from this spamming. Wow, I didn't realize they gave you a Celcetin Panacea at the first chest. That's pretty crazy. Raises max HP right at the beginning. I'll take it. God, I really wish there was an auto fire button. Like a turbo button or whatever. Strange. This appears to be one of the sacred artifacts of Ys. But why is it here? Either way, it's better off with me than with the demons. Acquired Cerulean Flabellum. I forget what this is. Surge of power. Oh, I remember what this is. Oh, he gets different skills. Okay. Certain skills can be used to negate magical traps or activate mechanisms. Oh. Okay. When the force shield is active, gravity will have less pull on Hugo. Interesting. So he has different skills than her. Impressive. I wasn't expecting it to hold so much power. Perhaps this contraption was built to harness the power in some way or siphon it. I doubt it's the only of its kind. I'll have to keep my eyes open for any others. Oh, weird. Okay, cool. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out this skill. How does this work? Does it hurt things? So it hurts things when I walk into them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I think they have... What do they have? Do they have 2 bassists or 2 keyboardists? I'm forgetting. 2 keyboardists, maybe? Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I don't think it gives health back. Cool. So for the girl was an axe wielder, and the girl was an axe wielder. So I can just kind of walk up to him and not take damage when I have that, I think. Oh, I know a band with 3 bassists. There's I'm forgetting what it's called, but there's a jazz band that's pretty big that has 3 bassists. Oh, he broke through the shield and did damage. Yeah, leveled up again. So I decided to play on the same difficulty. I decided not to bump it down to easy because that will make the playthrough a little longer. Yeah, Jazz has some weird shit. This will make the playthrough longer, but it will also give me a more true experience. What the? Where am I? Must have been a teleport trap. Can't believe I walked right into it. The fact that it was a trap was even set at all means... No, there's no sense dwelling on it. Just need to make my way back to that room. And then, find some means of countering the spell long enough to get through. How's Last Remnant going? The crystal's power purified the demon statue. Can I buy anything? I can strengthen my armor. So that means I now have higher defense, and I can't afford anything else yet. Okay. God, I can't wait until I get the... there's a peculiarly shaped depression in the altar. I can't wait until I get the run ability. I feel so slow now that I can't run yet. Oh, nice. Grinding's the best time to hang out. The levels are the same, and the bosses are the same. But the plot is different, like the story beats, and the characters' abilities are different. And some of the bosses will probably be different. A couple of the bosses. The main bosses will be the same, but there's going to be some story bosses that are different, I think. Because the girl had a plot boss where she fought someone who killed her dad. So this guy, I presume, is going to fight a different boss. Oh, did I level? Let's see what's over here. Nice. So the one problem is leveling makes such a huge difference in this game. Like such a huge difference that there are going to be points, probably. Like, the thing is, now that I know the root of this game better, it means that we'll have a tendency to be under-leveled, which means there will be times where I'll have to try to grind efficiently to be able to beat the bosses. Acquired a Rhoda fruit. That's useful. I don't know how to trigger that lightning. Is that in the game? I'm not sure. I honestly think it's a control input. I think I'm probably doing something. But maybe. Yin free? Yin free? Yin free? I don't know. Whoa. It kind of gives me knockback when I do that. Knockback to myself. Okay, I can't go there. God, I can't wait to get the sprint move. Oh my god. I feel so slow now. Like, it probably looks normal to you, but once you have the sprint and you lose it on another character. But I'm excited. The third character is supposed to be The first character is the medium speed character. This is the slow character. And the third character is the fast one. So I'm excited for that. He feels pretty strong, though. Let's get the skill points while we're at it. Do they ever voice act the name? Nice, we leveled. Each level makes us do a lot more damage and take way less damage. You got an emerald. That is useful. So our skill is now more powerful. Well, the good thing is I'm not really going to get lost in this playthrough. Presumably. Maybe I spoke too soon. Oh, we're going to talk to our little buddy. Acquired Blue Moon Crest. What? What in the world are you? A demon? No, this is no ordinary demon. Which means this must be a Rue, one of the sacred beasts of Ys. Poor things must have been transformed into demons by the noxious gases outside. Truly sorry for what happened to you, but if your intent is to attack me... Although from the side it looks kind of like a kangaroo. I have no idea what you're trying to say. If Rico were here, I might be able to understand you, but I'm simply at a loss. Are you hungry? Is that it? Yes, your stomach told me as much. I believe the Rue are known for their love of rotifruit. Give it a rotifruit. Is that a piece of Claria ore? Sorry, I need to adjust my my wrist brace real fast. It's not sitting right on my arm. Hugo's wand has been strengthened. Nice, I do more damage now. What just happened? Ah, I see. You used magic to refine it on the spot and infused my wand with its essence. Not bad at all. Seems even demon transformation can't impede those famous Rue talents I've heard so much about. I wonder if the third character can understand the Rue. I appreciate the help, little one. You're as kindly as they say. Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna drink some water real fast. What does he have to say? A lot of really interesting stuff. Let's teleport back. Oh, our buddy is not here yet. Okay. Let's save. How much? We don't have enough skill points yet. Okay. Yeah, so now we kill these guys way faster. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, in East 1, to put it in perspective, in East 1, the max level is 10. And you fight the first boss, and he will destroy you in a matter of seconds. You gain 2 levels, and you can kill him in like 3 hits. It's like pretty freaking crazy. I don't know the max level in this game, but the first character, I was level 49 when I beat the game. It's locked up tight. It won't open without a key. Okay, we got the, oh. Oh, shoot. Okay. You know where we need to go, actually? We need to go here. Set the blue moon crest in the altar. Oh, sorry, I have a message. I just have to make sure it's not super important. Okay, everything's good. I was just making sure it wasn't the people I live with saying, shut up. You're keeping us awake. We have work. Just making sure. I wonder where he went. Who knows? So the guy on the right killed the first character's father. He is a sorcerer, so maybe he has some kind of spell to hide himself. He sure didn't waste any time getting his pasty ass away from us, did he? Still can't figure out what the deal is with the mask he dropped, though. Who are you people? Another sorcerer. It's like an infestation. And this one's a regular stuffed shirt, too. Probably the dull and humorless type. I don't appreciate having to repeat myself. Who are you? There should be no humans left on the surface aside from our own search party. Seba, that is an interesting question. I want to get that looked at. Did you come here from outside of East? What a question. Where the hell else would we have come from, dumbass? Hey, Kishko, do you mind if I do the honors? Losing that runt's trail pissed me the hell off. I could go for a good kill right about now. Do what you want. I'm not interested in fighting sorcerers. Hey! Sorry, pal. I'm the one you'll be fighting. Epona's the name, and combat's my game. I'm a master of the Trident, and you'll soon be learning firsthand. I figure 3 points are better than 1, you know? Wait, am I fighting her now? Ugh, you sorcerer types are really annoying. You know that? You're all stoic and moody, acting like you're so much better than everyone else. Well, I was told to kill everyone, except the goddesses, so let me tell you, I'm really looking forward to this. The hell are you laughing at? Oh, nothing. It's just that you sized me up rather quickly and decided you didn't like me, and I impulsively did the same to you. See, I can't stand women who talk too much. On top of that, your sense of style is severely lacking. Your trident is laughably cheap-looking. You seem overall unintelligent. What? Epona, was it? If you're gonna fight me, just get it over with. Yeah, so the first girl was like, super like, you're right, I'm terrible. Oh, why are you saying that? Oh, maybe I'm not so good. Oh, no, I have to do what's right. This character is like, yeah, you think you're hot shit? Just wait until I stomp you down. Like, this character is cocky. This should prove most educational for you. You son of a bitch. You're hot stuff, huh? Well, I'll knock some sense into that smug head of yours. Ow. Kicked her ass. In the first playthrough, we actually fought a different boss there. We didn't fight her until a fair bit later. Ugh. Looks like you're the one who got some sense knocked into you. Yeah, we fought like a kind of vampire-y big boss here with the other character. Another magic-infused relic from Ys? Damn you. I'm impressed you're able to move so swiftly after what you've just been through. Whatever savage tribe you came from must have put great value on training one's constitution. Yeah, I know, me too. He's a lot more fun in dialogue, I think. But I'm no savage, you asshole. I'm a Darkling, and I'm proud of it. So these enemies that I'm meeting, their kind of boss is the third character you unlock. So the third character is actually, like, opposed to us. Darkling? Ah, shit. Can't believe I lost to a pompous ass like you. Must have underestimated your abilities, because I sure as hell didn't overestimate mine. Personally, I'd say your abilities aren't as well honed as you think. If they were, you'd have known right away that you were simply no match for me. Well, you've just got to come back for everything, don't you? How about we go for a second round then? You'll see what I can really... What is it now? You look an awful lot like him. Maybe I'm just imagining it. I swear I can see a resemblance. To whom are you referring? Never mind. I'll let you off easy for now. Just be ready for what's coming to you next time we meet. Wait. So. I guess she doesn't pose much of a threat. There's no need for a frantic chase. But still, if she's a Darkling, then that all but confirms everything Father said. He really is here somewhere. So, Hugo's character, I believe, is more connected to the third character. And also, as I mentioned, his name is Hugo Fact. And the last boss of Ys 1 is Dark Fact. So, that character was clearly a descendant or related to this guy. So I think that this guy might... this main character, maybe he'll turn to be bad at the end, or I don't know. But I think something's going to happen that's unexpected. We got the key. Trying to get some XP on the way. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, we didn't beat that girl with the first character for, like, quite a while into the game. So, from that girl, we got an item called the Mask of Eyes. What it lets us do is it lets us see secret passages, but it does not let us see enemies. So there's a risk to wearing it. The only thing is that it's underused in the game. You only use it 2 or 3 times. And it's always obvious. Hugo? Hugo, is that you? Who? Hugo removed the Mask of Eyes. Well, it depends on what you mean by 100%. I'm gonna beat all the, I'm gonna get all the items in the game. I'm gonna beat the game with all the characters, but I'm not going to get to max level. I'm not gonna buy all the skills, because that would just take hours of grinding. And I'm more interested with the story content. Rico. Rico Gemma. Yeah. Thank the goddesses you're safe. I've been so worried about everyone. What with the transport spell bursting and flinging us all over creation. I see. I'm glad to see you're safe as well. But why are you this far into the tower already? Did Father Shion send you to accompany me? I'm not sure I follow. Hugo explained to Rico everything that has happened thus far. Lady Rhea and Lady Fina are in here? I had no idea. Just happened to be lying in a heap in front of the tower when I woke up. There were demons all around me, and I was choking on all the noxious vapors outside, so I figured I'd take my chances in here. But, of course, those same two thugs you encountered caught sight of me and gave the chase. And so here I am, hiding behind a wall. An excellent hiding place it is. They were thrown off your trail entirely. Though I must say, you really do have the most rotten luck. Ow! You've injured your leg? Or you've injured your leg from the chase, I assume? Yeah, one of them managed to get in a lucky hit. Don't even know which one. All I felt was a sudden, intense pain. I guess ironically, all that did was make me run faster, which was really quite unpleasant. I'll cast some healing magic on it though, so it'll be fine in a little while. But I won't be able to walk on it for the time being. Well, you should be safe here at least. Just try to keep quiet and rest, letting the magic do its job. In the meantime, I'll continue working my way up the tower. And don't worry, I'll make sure Father Shion knows you're here. Much obliged. So, you wouldn't happen to know who those two people chasing me actually were, would you? I didn't recognize either of them, nor was their clothing anything I'd seen before. I'm not entirely certain of the details, but I'm quite convinced that they came here from outside of Ys. And they too seem to be seeking the goddesses. Outside of Ys? I wasn't aware people actually lived anywhere else. I thought the thought never crossed my mind, in fact. That information doesn't really help us much, though. The only important thing we know about them is that they're hostile. Which means we need to find Lady Rhea and Lady Fina before they do. Yeah, I'd say that's a given. Oh, hey, before you go, I have something you might want to take with you. Received blue necklace. Isn't this your family's charm? Right, my father loaned it to me. It's supposed to have the power to ward off evil. As long as you're wearing it, enemy magic, like that trap spell you described, should have far less effect on you. Ah, I see. Sounds most useful indeed. You have my thanks. I sure hope Miosha and Cadena are okay. Aren't you worried about them, Hugo? I suppose. More Miosha than Cadena, though. Cadena can handle herself just fine. But Miosha, honestly, I don't know why she volunteered for the search party in the first place. What's with that look? Oh, nothing. I was just marveling at what a contradiction you are. So smart in so many ways, yet totally oblivious in others. What? Oblivious how? Never mind. Based on what you told me, there's a good chance Miosha and Cadena have already made their way into the tower. When you see them, just make sure you don't talk down to Miosha, alright? It's hard not to when she's constantly messing up. We're also going to equip this. I've received word from Dino on his progress. Seems our sorcerers have been spotted along Whitehorn Beach. They're on their way back now. Soon our group will be much more complete. Whitehorn Beach is where the main character in Ys 1 washed up on shore. So where are we going now? We need to go to the trap. We've almost leveled again. There we go. Wow, how did they even hit that guy? I wasn't facing him. Leveled up. Well, that takes care of that. I'm a bit shocked to find such sophisticated magic being used in this tower, though. I wonder if those outsiders were responsible for it. Or perhaps it was him. Hugo? Musha. Romantic interest? Hey. Hugo, it's really you. Praise the goddesses. I was so afraid something might have happened to you. Oh, come now. How fragile do you think I am? I'm more concerned about you. Where did you land? Did you have any trouble getting to the tower? No, I made it okay. Fortunately, I was with her the whole time. So, you're in one piece as well, Cadena. More or less. This is the girl that you said was low-key hot yesterday, right? Cadena? Cadena? Whatever, however you pronounce it. Yusha and I woke up not far from one another. Dino managed to track us down, and we've only just arrived here a short while ago. Oh, Heike. Good to see his efforts are bearing fruit. So, Hugo, is it really true that Lady Rhea and Lady Fina are in the tower? It would seem so, yes. But they're not the only ones. Huh? Hugo detailed all the events that had occurred since his arrival in the tower. Wow, people from outside of Ys? That definitely makes the situation more urgent. We'll need to discuss this matter with Shion and formulate a more organized plan of attack. It may benefit us to all get in touch with the 6 priests, if time and circumstances permit. I'll leave that in your capable hands. Meanwhile, I intend to continue scaling this tower. Hugo, will you be alright on your own? Of course. I'll try to gather as much information as I can until everyone's been assembled. Well, can I go with you? I've got healing magic after all. It would come in pretty handy if you got into a bind. I believe that service would be better afforded to Rico, given his injuries. With your aid, I'm certain he could be back on his feet in no time. Yeah, I guess you're right. Man, is he ever clueless. Okay then, guess that settles that. We'll go help Rico recover, then reconvene with Shion. You be careful here, alright? I will, you too do the same. I'll see you later, Hugo. Slowly but surely, it seems the search party is taking shape once more. Once the Holy Knights have started combing this place, it'll be tough for me to keep moving without constant interruption. I need to make as much progress now as I possibly can. Yeah, so the company that makes this series, the Ys series, also makes a series called Legend of Heroes. And that series I really want to play, but I'm not sure if it would be stream friendly. But apparently those games have the best world building of any series ever, I've heard. And part of the thing with that series is there's currently 9 games. Well, 10 if you count Japanese releases. Well, I guess you have to. There's a trilogy called Trails in the Sky. There's a duology called the Crossbell Arc. And there's a tetralogy called Trails of Cold Steel. And all of them are in the same world. And after every plot advance... Oh, I did. After every single thing, you advance the plot. Everyone in the world has their dialogue completely change. Like, it's one of those games that if you want to get into the If you want to get into the story of the world, you just are going through and talking to everyone in the world. Like, and reading a ton, and it's like, and it's a turn-based RPG, and it's just, yeah, there's so much, but I'm just a little, I think that might be too boring for stream, too slow. Okay, come on. I like how that dude's shield doesn't even help him, like, slightly. He just sits there with the shield up and dies. Yeah, the Trails games, Weech, the Trails games might be up your alley. Ow, I got hit by that. Oh, Legend of Heroes. They're another series of games by this developer that are like really intense turn-based strategy games. Like, I think it's like the 9 games take place over 8 years in 3 different areas of the world. Yeah, they're supposed to be so good. Yeah, I did. I did for sure. They're, the 3 series that are probably on the top of my, like, must playlist before I die are, I want to play that one the most. And I also want to play the Witcher games, and I also want to play the Persona games. I've only played Persona 3. And those are probably the series I really am trying to prioritize playing at some point, but they're all just so, they're just, like, all a completionist nightmare. Okay. Take care, Seba. It was nice seeing you. Hope you have a good night. Let me know sometime if I'm saying your name wrong. Oh, one of my orbs is stuck behind a wall. Come on, come back. Come back to me. Trap. Acquired Beast Medallion. What a ghastly medallion. Must be a key of some sort. Now we'll just destroy these guys embarrassingly. Take care, Weech. Yeah, have a good night. I like how one of my eyes is just stuck behind there and it's not coming. Oh well. Oh, there, it's back. This character feels a bit stronger than the girl starting out, but it might just be that I know the game a bit better. But it also might just be that he's at a distance, so he's less likely to get hit. And he can kind of stun people. I say as I'm getting hit a bunch now. There we go. Is this the boss I was talking about earlier, or is this the bendy arm one? We'll see. It'd be nice if I leveled up first, but we're gonna do that. We're also gonna do that. Use the beast medallion. I might save again, just for good measure. Nice. Okay, this is the bendy arm dude. I'm gonna get a drink of water. Hopefully he doesn't start attacking instantly. This is a much larger room than I'd expect to find here. Completely empty, no less. Which means it's probably a trap. The enemy is most likely to come from above. I like this guy. I don't remember this boss from East 1, but I'm sure it was in it. Can't say this is quite what I was expecting. Must be one of the 6 enormous demons that attacked East. Well, you've met your match, demon. I have the eyes of fact on my side. It's time I put them through their paces. Oh, is this... I think I do remember this. I think I had to destroy each of its arms. I think I do remember this one. Ow. We're not doing much damage. Ow. Oh my god. Yeah, we're doing very low damage. Ow, I got hit. Oh no, what have I done? Yeah, I think we need to level up a bit more with him. Okay, we got this. We got this. Ah, leg. I mean, not leg. Slimy stuff. Oh, Lord. No, I was too close. Dang it. That was bad. No! Okay, we beat him. We did not need to level up. And then we did level up. Well, that was a bit more of a struggle than I anticipated. Those outsiders are capable of controlling demons like that? No, again, I mustn't dwell. What ifs can do us no good. I need to proceed onward. The goddesses must be found. Nice. Yeah, I definitely did lower damage with him than I did with her on that boss. Okay, I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Oh man, I told you I did a 3.5-hour walk right before this stream, and holy crap, I felt sore but okay after the walk. For the moment I just stood up now to go to the bathroom, oh, my calves were like, nope, cramp. Oh jeez, that was painful. I like stood there like, I can't walk. Okay. We might need to train a little bit. No, I think we're fine. Okay, we're fine for now. Nice. Nice. Range attacks definitely serve a purpose. Oh, we're gonna get the sprint soon. I can't wait. We're hurt. We're quite hurt. We got the silver bracelet. I do not remember what this is for. Surge of power burst. Oh, yes. Oh, sweet baby. Sweet baby Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my lord. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay. See you guys later. What are you gonna do? Ah, you can't hit me. Okay. I need to save, because that is too good. Actually, you know what? While we're here, I think I might be able to upgrade my weapon. If what's his name? The Gemma is back. Ah, Hugo. Are you okay to be moving? Yeah, thanks to Miusha's healing spells. Once I've healed up a bit more, I intend to rejoin the search. I'm glad to hear it, but suggest you take it easy on that leg. Yeah, I know. Oh, I have something for you, by the way. It's not a token of my gratitude or anything, just something I think you might have use for. 500 SP. Thank you. I'll most definitely make good use of it. Once I've rested a bit, I'm going to start searching as well. Until then, just watch yourself, okay? Okay, he doesn't upgrade our weapon yet. Oh, Hugo. Are you okay? You're not hurt, are you? Yeah, I'm fine. Seems the demons around here are pretty consistent in terms of their strength. I don't believe there'll be too many surprises for a while. I hope you're right. Just be careful, okay? Okay. Ah, Hugo, good timing. Could you fill me in on whatever you've learned about the enemies we're facing in here? Hugo summarized everything he knew about the two who referred to themselves as Darklings. Warriors of unknown origin, huh? I was just speaking with Shion, and he said the transport spell had to have been magically disrupted. And that's not an easy spell to disrupt. It's a rather advanced combination of transferal and absorption magic. And the two you described don't sound like they had much to do with it. As I'm sure you know, magic is brought about by a mystical orb in possession of the goddesses. The Black Pearl, kept safe in the goddess's palace at Solomon's Shrine. Even the name sounds romantic, doesn't it? Of course, It's not something they want to just anyone to access too readily. I myself have only seen it a handful of times. And since the whole area is under direct control of the goddesses, no one's ever dared to try anything funny. Rico told me about the two warriors looking for the goddesses. I have no idea who our uninvited guests may be, but their presence makes it all the more imperative that we proceed with caution. If the worst should occur, no, there's nothing to be gained through pessimism. We'll simply have to ensure that such eventualities never come to pass. I remember him saying that exact thing with the other character. Okay. Gonna save because we got dash. And now my life is way better. Ow. Except for that. Nice. There we go. Oh my gosh, I wonder what's wrong. Where's that Chinese food coming from? Do you have any open windows? Leveled up. There we go. I got the run ability, which is amazing. These slippery boys. Okay, this is gonna be a sprint thing. Oh, these guys. Oh, but I can outrange them. That's awesome. What do we get here? Acquired ebony robe. So we also get different gear than the girl. Because we're a sorcerer, I guess. I wonder if it's less defense or if it's the same. Or more, but I doubt it. That was a little unfair of me. Level up again. Yeah, this playthrough is very different feeling. Yeah, let's run. Let's run. Ow. You're dead. Oh, I used to find this place hard, I think. Oh, nice. Congrats on the channel points. Okay, they're dead. You know what else you can do? Oh, wait, no. Wait, can you? Never mind. Ignore me. Oh, wait, no. You can't. You know what else you can do? You can also do this. Ow. These guys hurt like hell. Whoa, I do no damage. I do no damage to him. Nice, we got him. Okay, let's save. Let's see, do we have any divine blessings that we can get? We do not. Ow. Leave me alone. We made it. Ow, I thought he was going to do his other thing. His power up. There we go. These guys stink. I wonder if that poisonous gas smells like the Chinese food in your house. Uh-oh. Ow. Nice, you leveled. Oh, these big guys are annoying. What's down here? Oh, I think there's baddies right across here. Why are the emeralds? Get fucked. Ow. Ow, I got fucked. Nice. There we go. At least these guys are less annoying than with the girl character. Maybe that's not true. Maybe with what I know of the game now, it would be easier with the girl. Ow. Ah. Run away. There we go. There we go. All healed up. Oh, we can't go in here yet. Because that is all underwater and we will drown. Nice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's get out of here before we drown. There we go. Boom. Okay, we're gonna save. I think there's... Is there a boss up here or not? Who knows? Looks like it. I've been waiting for you. Is this... Oh. Epona. Seriously impressed you're still alive. Never would have thought you'd actually beat Veligander. Veligander? Ah, that large demon between the tiers? It was a powerful fiend to be sure, but its low intelligence was its undoing. It never stood a chance. You're really starting to piss me off, you know that? But, I guess that works out pretty well, because now I'm even more keen on beating the starch out of that collar. Let's try this one more time. I'm gonna tear that pasty face of yours to bloody shreds. Oh, we fight her again. What's the matter? Come on, it's time for a rematch. You never learn, do you? I've already defeated you once. What makes you think things will turn out differently this time? What? I think each playthrough has one unbeatable match. Well, semi-unbeatable. You should get some help, or just set some traps or something. Instead, you're just duplicating the circumstances of your loss. See? This is why I hate dealing with the unintelligent. I doubt the loss is against her, though. Seems I struck a nerve. Though, it's hard to believe anything I said could have actually sunk in through that thick skull of yours. The hell is your problem? If you're so goddamn smart, then fine. I'll take your advice. Maybe then, you'll understand just what being a little shit and talking down to others really gets you. Oh. Okay. Earlier in the game, when I said that I didn't expect to fight her because I fought a different boss, I fought this guy, but I only fought one of him. So the bosses are different, because now I'm fighting two of this boss. What do you think? I borrowed a couple familiars from one of my companions. I generally prefer taking a more hands-on approach to battle. You've got those goofy eyeball things, so it only seems fair that I use a few tricks of my own. Ugh. This isn't good. I'm not certain I'll be able to handle two at once. And that's assuming she lets them do all the work. If she joins, I could be in real trouble. Huh? Oh, Lord. Hey, what do you think you're doing? The enemy's over there. The pissy little wizard guy. Damn you, Zava. Aren't these things supposed to be loyal to their summoner? They're basically wild animals. Hey, piss boy. What the hell are you just standing there? Oh, don't mind me. Please continue. I'd never deign to ruin such a touching moment between a master and her two loving pets. Would you cut the shit already? I'm asking for your help. Just lend me a hand here. Why should I? Sorry, but you made your own bed. It's time to see how it feels to lie in it. What? Whoa, wait, stop. Remember when I said you reminded me of someone else? Well, if I die here, you'd never find out who. I'm listening. Wow, that actually worked? Okay, one of my companions in this tower is a guy who looks a lot like you. If you help me survive this mess, I'll tell you everything I know about him. All right, but you'd better stay true to your word. Oh, I don't have to fight both. Oh, I need to run. Oops. Derp. I forgot that I can run. Ooh, I forgot about this. Okay, this is not going well. Ah! Oh no, I'm gonna die. Oh lord, oh lordy, oh lordy. Oh, now we have to fight two. Ah, dang it. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Here's how it ends. Oh, Lord. Oh, we died. Okay, retry. We got this. We got this. Oh, he's doing that move early. Yeah, I got hit by a lot of shit early on. Ah. Oh. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lordy. Ow. Okay, he's down to half. We have barely been hit. Ow. Ah! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is bad. We don't want to be close. Oh, Lord. Uh-oh. This all of a sudden got real bad. Ow. Ow. Oh, Lord. Okay, we got him. Got an achievement. You can't blame a girl for trying. Well, that was easy enough. Definitely nowhere near as menacing as it seemed. I almost feel bad for it. Ah, looks like yours is taken care of too. You really saved my ass, thanks. Our source told us the people of East are all do-gooders with hearts of gold, but I guess you're a little different, huh? Took some convincing before you agreed to help me after all. I really thought you were just going to walk away and leave me to get eaten. I probably should have. Would have been a fitting end for you. But I didn't, and you know exactly why not. I expect you to keep your promise, no excuses. Yeah, I get it. You want to know more about the guy who looks like you, right? That's correct. Okay then, man, where to begin? He joined up with our leader about 6 months ago, give or take. He fights using these claws on his forearms. He's pretty damn good with them. Not much for conversation, though. Can't give you a name, unfortunately, because he never told us his. He just said to call him the Claw. How tacky is that, you know? The Claw? And I guess he's got the power to absorb energy from fallen demons or something. Not really sure how that works, but Zava hates his guts because of it. It seems like every demon she summons, he kills. And she gets really attached to her familiars. Oh yeah, I guess you don't know who that is. Zava is the sorceress who serves as an advisor to our leader, which is real creepy. 6 months. Well, It's the right time frame, but this whole business with the claws is rather suspect. Could it be someone else? What is it? Why are you staring at me like that? Just marveling at how similar you two look. It really is uncanny, especially when you've got that same angsty look on your face. He does that all the time. So, what do you think? You two related? Long-lost brothers, maybe? I think I've heard enough. Huh? I said I've heard enough. I'm convinced you've learned your lesson, so I'll let you live this time. But you'd best get the hell out of my sight. What's with the attitude all of a sudden? I've been pretty damned accommodating if I do say so myself. That was just keeping your end of the bargain. Make no mistake, it was a bargain for you. Like it or not, we're still enemies. So unless you want to go one last round to the death, I think this would be a good time for you to bow out gracefully. God damn, I think you might be even more of a sourpuss than he is. Well, if that's how you want it, suit yourself. Seems I must have dug up one too many unpleasant memories, so it's probably best that I give you some time to cool down anyway. Wait, I hope these two are the romantic couple, not him and the other girl, Miusha. What do you mean by that? Heh, bullseye. You want a final showdown with me? Next time. Just make sure you come prepared. I know I will. So the character that they're talking about is the third playable character. Damn, she's got teleportation magic. Well, no matter. She's a minor nuisance at best. Clearly not a real threat in any way. But still, 6 months ago, a man who fights with claws on his forearms. Could it really be him? What do we get here? Acquired water dragon scales. Right. What's this? Ah, I think I see. This should allow me to hold my breath underwater for a longer period of time if I'm not mistaken. A very convenient item indeed. And that would be coming from the Lila shell. Hugo removed the Lila shell from his pack and placed it to his ear. Hugo, are you there? Yes, Eolia, I can hear you. Something wrong? Oh, quite the opposite, actually. The Holy Knights have just arrived in the tower. The search party has now been completely reassembled, more or less. As soon as you have a moment, your presence is requested back here as well. Understood. I'll warp back to base immediately. Thanks, see you in a moment. Hugo put away the Lila shell. That was quicker than I anticipated. I suppose this solo search hasn't been without its merits, though. I definitely made some headway. It pains me to stop now, but ignoring the summons would only raise suspicions. Hugo! Your leg is looking much better, Rico. Yeah, with a bit of help from Miusha. Though in all honesty, I was healing fine through my magic alone. I was quite safe in that room. You, on the other hand, you could have seriously gotten hurt facing the demons head on. Shouldn't you have taken Miusha with you instead? Oh, come on, Rico. Not you, too. It's okay, Rico. I didn't mind, honest. I'm just glad to see you're safe, Hugo. How's everything going? Did you get much farther up the tower? Not really. I still haven't even covered a third of it. And no clues yet as to the whereabouts of the goddesses, I'm afraid. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I guess we've still got a long way to go then. Ah, I see you've returned. Sir Knight. Please allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Galleon. I serve as Deputy Commander of the Holy Knights. And I'm Cecilia, his aide. Ramona, nice to meet you. My name's Roy. I'm a new recruit. It's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Hugo Fact. Fact? Wait, so... does that mean... It seems I finally got to put a face to the name. You're related to Tall Fact, are you not? that other character that we're talking about is total fact. I'm his younger brother. His character is not actually Sir Knight, it's Galleon. He's just referring to his title. Yeah. Is there some sort of problem with that? No, not at all. Please do excuse the question. It was most impolite of me to ask. That's quite all right. Come, there is much to discuss. We must pool our knowledge if we are to successfully locate the goddesses. I didn't think it possible for the situation to become more urgent than it already was. So the demons are under the control of the humans. But why? Who are they? Whoever they are, they're serious. We mustn't take them lightly. Indeed, particularly since we know at least one of them has considerable skill with magic. But regarding bad names, the last boss of the first game was named Dark Fact. His name was Dark Fact. That's how you can tell he's a bad guy. It is extremely likely that the same enemy is responsible for disrupting our transport spell. If you're right, then we've definitely got our work cut out for us, because that was one hell of an impact. Oh, also, even funnier, in the second game, there was a monster companion that we met, this monster lizard man that we kept running into, and his name was Keith. Oh, come on, Roy. There's no need for the long face. I'm sure she's just fine. Yeah, Keith. He just, like, we see all these other monsters and their names are like Rago and or whatever, like Zoza and stuff like that. And then this dude's name is Keith. I'm sure she's just fine. I mean, they reveal why his name is Keith, but it's still ridiculous. Ramona. Something happened? Okay, take care. Nice seeing you. Have a good night. Come to think of it, aren't there 12 people in the search party? It seems we're still a couple short. Unica Tova is presently unaccounted for. She's an apprentice knight. Yeah, take care. Have a good night. Have a good day tomorrow, too. Dino is looking out for her. Oh. It's okay, though. Even though the transport spell was disrupted, the force fields that protected us stayed intact the whole time. I'm certain Unica is all right. I sure hope so. Dino is more than capable of finding her, I do believe. Right now, we must focus on the task at hand. Time is of the essence. Our top priority is to locate ladies Rhea and Fina and ensure their safety. You can leave that to us. If there's even the slightest chance that they were captured by the enemy, we knights will stop at nothing to set them free. Very well, I appoint the Holy Knights as vanguard then. But physical prowess alone may not be enough. Hugo's intelligence suggests there's a powerful wizard at play as well. If so, our sorcerer's talents may yet prove vital in combat. I would ask that all sorcerers join the knights in their reconnaissance. Of course, you can count on our support. Understood. I'll do whatever I can to help. I can't tell if I'm scared or excited right now. Actually, Rico, I have a special task in mind for you. I'd like you to remain here at home base. What? You are well versed in the mystic knowledge of your house, are you not? Specifically, the spells of tempering. I suspect many powerful foes lie in wait for us within these walls. As such, I would like you to remain on hand and use your magic to strengthen the search party's weapons as needed. Ah, okay. No problem at all then. I'm glad I can be of service. Do you really plan on continuing the search by yourself, Hugo? Yes, I think it's for the best. The eyes of fact present a hazard to any bystanders in range. I hate to cause injury to one of my own. Still, Hugo, I don't have time to placate you, Miusha. I know what you're going to ask, and the answer is no. Please understand, it's for your own good. Oh, okay, I guess you're right. It was a stupid idea anyway, sorry. Shall we go, Cadena? Sure, let's go. See you later, Hugo. Try to stay out of trouble. You have something to say to me? Not exactly. Your fuse just seems a little shorter than usual today, that's all. I mean, you've never been very delicate with words, but that, well, let's just say that was the absolute antithesis of delicate. Something the matter? It's none of your concern. Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought you'd say. Well, if you ever need to talk, I'm always willing to lend an ear. Come for the weapon tampering, stay for the therapy, or something like that. Just know that I'm here for you, Hugo. If I ever need to talk, he says. This isn't exactly a matter that lends itself to friendly discourse. Oh, well, all I can do now is focus on the road ahead of me. As long as I stay a few steps ahead of the knights, I should be fine. Hey, Hugo, here for a wand strength upgrade? Yes, please. All right, let's see what we got. Actually, maybe I should start by explaining how all this works, since I'm going to speak an invocation passed down from gemma to gemma. It has the ability to strengthen and fortify items. I already understand the basic principles behind your work. I prefer if you just get the job done. You're no fun. What good is mastering an ancient art if I can't boast about it a little? Oh well, let's just get this over with. Rico took a piece of the Claria ore from his pack. Claria, blah blah blah. Yeah, he rushes through that always. Ah! Hugo's wand has been strengthened. There you go, one fortified weapon. Nicely done. Definitely feels more powerful. Though, that was eerily similar to the process employed by the Hungry Roo. I appreciate the assistance, but I must ask, is that it, or can you make it even stronger still? I'm afraid not. I need a new piece of Claria ore each time the spell is cast. And that just so happened to be the last piece I had on me. I see. I'll have to keep an eye out for any stray pieces of Claria then. Thanks again for your help, Rico. Sounds like a plan. If you do manage to get your hands on some, you'll know where to find me. Hey, about that invocation I used on your weapon. It felt as if I'd been beaten to the punch by someone else, like the tempering process had already been applied once before. Ah, yes, about that. Hugo told him all about the Roo. Whoa, Roos can do that? I'm not sure I like having that kind of competition. The invocation of strength is my thing. I feel so defeated. But no, I won't lose to some plushy demon. I can augment circles around that thing any day. If you come across any more Claria ore, you know where to find me. I'll turn your wand into a real force to be reckoned with. If these random aggressors have such powerful sorcerer on their side, what do they need with the goddesses? I mean, I'm glad everyone is safe after the transport incident, but we may be in over our heads here. Just pray that Lady Rhea and Fina are aware of that threat as well. I'm glad to see the Holy Knights are safe and sound. With the sorcerers here as well, we can finally start the search in earnest. Hugo, your reconnaissance has been invaluable to us. Please continue as you have been. Well, let's just see. Yeah, okay, same thing. Go to the flooded prison. Let's save. Oh, we don't want to go this way. I'm gonna go here. Okay. We're a lot stronger now. You do a hell of a lot more damage. Nice. Okay. Let's just destroy these guys real fast. I'm just gonna push to the next checkpoint. Have we been over here? We have. We have been. Nice. We killed him before he got to charge up. Wait. Oh, you know what? I think I'm dumb. I think I'm a stupid boy. Okay, what's over here? Let's go. Woo! Excellent. Beautiful. We have been over here, but we turned back because this is where the underwater section was. We need to equip... There we go. The one problem with this game, it's not a big deal at all. It's really small. They find they give you items that they really underuse. If you would have expected like more, not that, I mean, underwater sections in games kind of suck generally, but also like with the Mask of Eyes. I mean, using the Mask of Eyes a lot would have probably sucked too, so maybe it's not a horrible decision, but they give you these new items and then you like never use them. You just sprint through this little, it's not even a maze, it's just like a little windy passage before your air runs out. There's probably going to be a save point right on the other side, I presume. Maybe? We'll see. Oh. Yep. Oh, what's in here? I'm going to save. Okay, so, that may have been abrupt, but I feel like that's a natural place to end it. We progressed the plot, we, got to the next checkpoint, saved. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys are enjoying Ys Origin. I know I am. Just thought it'd be nice to get a little bit of a head start on this game. I want to keep yeah, I want to push through this game in hopefully 4 days. Tomorrow, I'm playing Sacred 3 for Terrible Tuesday. I'm going to try to do as much of that game as I can. Yeah, take care, everyone. Thanks for hanging out.